Hey YouTube, how's it going? We're here. We're back with Oshinoko Season 2, Episode 4. If I'm not mistaken, we're coming off of watching Abiko kind of struggle with all the different things that she's juggling. Oh gosh. Yoriko? Ooh, that might be wrong. Um, the kids, Aqua, had the idea of going to her because she is Abiko's sensei, and they went to her in the hopes that maybe she would be able to talk to Abiko in order to get her to rethink getting rid of Goa from script writing because he's going to get taken off the project. And he asked to be taken off, but they're like, no, 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 no. So we had this very emotional back and forth between the two of them as she's already run past her deadline for the chapter, and then she's like, well, what about this? And she's like, oh no. And it's just, she was so drained, and she wants perfection so badly because of the demands that the industry like have put on her, or that she perceives. And they worked through the night to make the deadline, and she like kind of like was telling her like, you can't, essentially you can't keep this up, you can't keep treating people the wrong way. She said a lot of hurtful things to her, and she was like, if it were anyone else, they would cut ties with you, but I understand you. I know we have this rapport, we have this relationship, but be careful. And it's just, they're just pouring their hearts out to each other, and I love the scene. Very touching, very heartwarming, and very heartbreaking at the same time. Heartwarming in the sense that Abiko is a shut-in herself, but she does have someone that she can lean on when the rubber meets the road, when push comes to shove. She has someone that's there for her. So it's heartwarming in that sense, but heartbreaking at the same time that she's not that old, and she has all of these pressures and this weight, and it feels like she needs to succeed, but she doesn't want her beloved series to be like bastardized, like what happened to Sweet Today. And so that's why she's taking on the script. That's why she's responsible doing all this anime stuff. She got rid of all of her help, so now she has to do the primary art and the background art, and it's just way too much for her. So I'm pretty sure Aqua gave Yoriko tickets to go see a stage play, the stage play that he was super impressed in seeing, so that Abiko could see what a stage play would look like and understand how to write for it, and maybe understand well, maybe she'll be able to understand the changes that Goa was making, in a sense. Even though we know the game of telephone made Goa look to be like someone that doesn't listen and doesn't understand the series. So I think that's where we are. Let's hop in. I've been babbling. Episode 4. Let's go. Opening is so good. Maybe I should get rid of this gum. This track is so good that's playing. I want to know how she feels about it. What does she feel? Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna actually insert something or just play to her. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Raida. Here we go. Right. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Explain it further. Yeah. Explain it further. Right. So yeah, there needs to be rewrites. There need to be revisions. There's so many different things you have to do when it comes to writing. No, I'm being real. I wouldn't even say it was a threat. I'm just being honest. Yeah. Why don't you and Goa just sit in a room together? Just sit in a room with him directly instead of playing the game of telephone because clearly that wasn't working. Okay. What's the condition? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. It would be, but yeah. If things, I would agree. If things change a little bit, but you can keep the characters the same, then that's perfectly fine. Especially if it's coming from the author itself. I feel like Go is really good at his job, and he understands the series. It feels like it's the game of telephone was what was messing them up. Yeah, she's impressed. Yeah, this could have been from the start. If this could have happened, it would have been lovely. I love this. Oh, I love this. Cut, 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 cut. She's happy. They're she's so used to doing it, they're tired. I love it. Hmm. You might have a hit on your hands. You might have a hit on your hands. Look at she's beaming. Yeah, y'all gonna have to put work in. Hmm. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. Yes, I'm loving this a lot more. I'm liking this a lot more. Homeboy, I forgot his name with the glasses. He's gonna shine, and Akane is gonna shine too, boy. Yeah. How many days do we have left? I don't think I was paying attention if they ever flashed it on the screen. This is your chance. Ooh, 2 weeks. What? I forgot what he did on that episode of Sweet Today. Like what got him to like actually pull out that performance. Forgot. He's gonna have to type in when I died. 100%. He's gonna have to tap into that moment to like pull that emotional because he's actually experienced something like that. Pretty much. Just throw it in her face. I was gonna, yeah. Yeah. His mom did die. That's painful. His mom did die. If I'm being honest, from everything we've seen, I can't think of anything that's made him happy in this life. In his previous life, yes, not this one. Like I feel like he felt helpy when he was helping I through the pregnancy, but I'm trying to think of when has he been happy in this life. Oh, that's adorable, Aqua. Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, whoa. 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 No way. That's terrible. This man thought about being happy and him deep inside told him he doesn't deserve to be happy. That's terrible. You're probably the only male influence he has in his life. Yeah. There's only like two or three people that know for real, right? Two people, three people, two people outside of Aqua and Ruby. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Boy thought about being happy and was like, no. Oh no. Oh no. She's gonna figure it out. Please, keep this to yourself, please. Oh no. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I wasn't about to cry. Oh my gosh. Protect her. Protect that girl. This episode was great. Oshinoko is firing on all cylinders. All cylinders, it's firing on all cylinders. Now, the last couple episodes I've been talking about how my favorite thing about this show is the fact of about this series, I should say, is the fact that it gives you a peek behind the curtain of the industry. And I'm like, it's better than everything that comes else. I just love it. I enjoy that part so much. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate when the story is storying. The whole emotional acting aspect. From the moment the director was like, you have to give more emotion, and it was like they brought up the concept of emotional acting. It's like you would have to pull, first thought, you have to pull from personal experience. And then thinking about the situation where his character Toki is like holding the individual that he cares about and loves deeply, and they have like this mortal wound, and he's supposed to be like so emotional and pouring his heart out. It's like you have to draw from something that's similar, or draw from an experience, or envision this, and it's just like, well, he actually can, but he doesn't have the luxury of her surviving, right? He has, as he details to us, the smell of like rusty metal and like drying blood, and he'll never forget it. The feeling of her hand growing cold, he'll never forget it. Like, that's trauma. That is deep trauma. It's deep trauma, the fact of me sitting here like I can't remember when Aqua was happy. And then he thinks of whenever he saved AKANE, he thinks of working on the show. It's working on the show, the dating show, saving AKANE, seeing her happy after the fact. Moments with Ruby, moments with Kana. And I think what's sad about that is all of that stuff is like the last year. So I think that's the sad thing, where it's like the only happy memories that he could think of have been the last year, because all the way up until this point, even now, up to this point, his sole reason for going on was revenge. I need to figure out why. Didn't he say it took him 4 years to unlock the phone? He kept unlocking because he kept trying every single, he's been steadfast in getting revenge and figuring out who killed I. He's been figuring it out, been trying to figure it out. So the fact that all of his happy memories come from the last year or so is sad. But what hurts even more is I don't even remember his name. I don't even think we got his name, if I'm not mistaken, from the first episode, where his former self from his previous life, it's like he's in there and he's looking at Aqua like, don't you dare, because how we have to put it, that guy from the previous life, if we're going to view them as two separate individuals, the doctor, right, he was someone that Saraya, that's her name, that's Ruby's real name. I want to say that's Ruby's real name. Like, he looked after her and she passed on like the love for I to him, and then encountering I, coaching, like bringing her through the pregnancy, supposed to deliver the twins, and him dying. I was like this bright shining light for him, and he died. And then Aqua was born, even though it's the same stream of consciousness. Aqua was born, and Aqua, even though Aqua was a 4-year-old, was a baby, like witnessed her die. So now that man who cared and liked I so much looks at Aqua like, don't you dare try to be happy when she died on your watch. But like she died on your watch. It's just like, well, you're not being fair to yourself. And that's kind of like how trauma is. It's how those deep seated issues are, where you're not really fair to yourself. You will blame everything on yourself, even if you weren't the cause. So it's like him blaming himself for her dying, when it's like, he's 4. He had no, like, there really wasn't like strong bearings on anything that he did that caused her to die. And that's just, that right there hurts. It hurts. And I know eventually we're gonna have to go through this with Ruby too, because there's no way we don't go through this with Ruby, where we reach some sort of mental block or something comes up where she gets reminded of I and that feeling. There's no way it doesn't happen. Or she sees him struggling through it, and there's no way it doesn't happen. It's gonna be painful when it happens. Hell, I'm still waiting on whenever they figure out that they're both who they said they were. So who knows how that's gonna go, because leave that there. But again, AKANE needs to be protected, and this is brought it up. I want to say I brought it up last week or 2 weeks ago. Like, I would love for Aqua and Kana to be together, right? I would. But she's so precious, AKANE. I feel like Aqua would just, it's this thing where I would hope that he grows to liking her, outside of just keeping this as, I'm going to use her eventually, because that's what he's using her for. Keeping this relationship going because of the show, and I'm going to use her eventually. So I'm hoping he can begin to like her. He has happy memories with her. I'm hoping he can grow to like her, because she doesn't deserve to get her heart broken by Aqua. She doesn't. It's pain. That's pain. Got two good girls. But I'm gonna call it there. This show's firing on all cylinders. All 4 episodes have been good. And it's starting to pick up. We got 2 weeks. And I wonder how Aqua's gonna be able to manage attempting to emotional act without having a panic attack. So here we go. And I can't remember his name, but he was looking at the files on his computer, and I was trying to get all the files, but the 2 at the bottom that stuck out the most was a folder on Aqua, and then there's a Hoshino file. I need to look at the other ones. Those are the 2 I was looking at. So I'll go look back at it. When I'm editing. So calling it here. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your week. Weekend coming up next week, and hopefully, God willing, see you right back here for episode 5 of Oshinoko. Peace out.